Hello and welcome to Rose Play, Season 25, Episode 2. As always, I'm your host, Orion Monrose, and today we'll be continuing and probably finishing up the Let's Play of Ghostwire Tokyo Prelude, the Corrupted Case File. So last time there was a lot of looking on the phones, talking a little bit to our crew, and trying to find Sasuke. Let's go ahead and get right back into it and see what we can do. Nothing looks out of place. Things are rarely what they seem. KK slowly but deliberately reaches his hand out. He's not holding on to anything, but you'd think that he is by the way he's moving. Like he's got something invisible dangling from his fingertips. Uruta has no clue what he's trying to do, but he watches closely. However, what happens next can only be seen by KK's eyes. As KK opens his fingers, a sparkling orb of energy drops from his hand down onto the ground. It ripples like water in a still pond, energy flowing outward into the world. Right, in the main game, he does this, well, we do this a lot. Something you'll learn when we get there in the next part of the game. Yep. That seems legit. A strange trail floats into view, as though a spirit has passed through this place. Psychic energy. The trail leads further on, deeper into the alley, and out of view. Guess he went that way. Puzzled, Uruta follows KK's eye line down the alley, but sees nothing out of the ordinary. What happened? I don't see anything. Trust me, kid. It's good you can't see it. This is a power you don't want. And you're too young for it. To take a risk like that and change your life forever. The world's a scary place. It keeps getting worse. We're gonna find your friend and get you back to your life. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? KK and Rinko are in big trouble this time, running like rats, desperate to stay alive with only a dingy old sofa between them. And I feel like this is a flashback, but I wish they would have purveyed it better than what they did, because it's like I'm a little bit confused. Monsters! We'd better find another exit. Rinko turns to KK and sees him holding his head. He appears to be in great pain. Damn, it's happening again. Your body's reacting to the ether? As KK looks at the room, his vision begins to break in half. He tries to focus, but rather than reform, everything continues to split apart even further. Another hallucination. The world is breaking in two. That be crystallized ether, another form of matter. Sounds like your body has entered the final stages of affinity. I feel more like it's entered the stage of I need 3D glasses. Ugh. From thin air like phantoms, these horrific visitors appear surrounding KK and Rinko. Damn, we're surrounded. I guess they're both just gonna... Yeah, I love how that one worked. Mr. KK? I'm having Vietnam flashbacks. It's nothing. Are you okay? Huh? Sorry, kid. My mind can be a little hard to control. You just kind of stood there for a little while. Sometimes my memories take me places. Yeah. Hate to leave you alone again, but you need to wait here while I look for your pal. Sit tight. I won't be long. A report on Rinko's computer setup flashes on screen. Ed's monitoring software has a hold of something big. The results are clear, spiritual residue, and it's exactly at KK's location. What is it now? We just received an alert. There is a massive surge of spiritual energy at your location. Hold off on pursuing until we're able to send support. Can't wait forever for you guys. We might have a missing child on our hands. We got plenty of evidence. I know what I'm getting myself into, but do you? Remember, saving more lives is the only thing that matters. Erica feels it. I feel it. Hell, you don't need an affinity to know that life is circling the drain out there. Fighting back's all we got. Want to be there and help you myself, but I understand why you can't wait any longer. But just know you're my inspiration to keep going, like you did. Do. Thanks. Made me feel like I'm gonna die out here. Erica's inspiration can get you killed if you're not careful. Passion is nothing without strategy. It's not fair to ask us for help when you think you need us, then use our own words against us when you're too impatient to act as a team. We're in this together. KK decides to address one team member specifically to make his case. That's Ed. No, you know what? It's me. Never mind. I'll talk to you later. I'm in the middle of investigating. He never was good at following people's directions. That attitude of his is precisely what saved our hides on countless occasions. Yeah. You don't think I realize it? So that's what picking that one is him just saying, screw you guys. Well, let's not do that too often, but I feel like that was the right choice this time. Erica smiles, thinking about KK's attitude. It doesn't bother her. But it will. Damn, they're everywhere. KK's eyes dart between the two horrific figures. Nice. Slender Man and a headless schoolgirl. Wonderful combination. And to some incredibly strange glowing crystals that hover nearby. As he tries to speak, KK wheezes painfully. Rinko, what would happen if someone tried to touch one of those ether crystals? Your guess is as good as mine. Might give you the power to fight back. Might just make you even more miserable. Who can say? What about him? Did it grant him strength? Rinko nods silently. After getting his answer, KK without hesitation stretches his hand out towards the crystals. Wait, stop! Stopping's not an option. Not for any of us. You don't know what'll happen. It could kill you. And those things won't? We're dead if we don't do something. He's not wrong. We aren't out of options yet. You've thrown away everything to fight these monsters, same as me. There's not a goddamn thing left to lose at this point. Before Rinko can say anything else, KK reaches all the way out. The Wind Ether. I think that's where we get a minigame, even in this, right? Or we go back to the present. Sure, why not? KK follows a trail of psychic energy deeper into the dark. Shibuya alleyway, away from the glow of familiar streetlights and vending machines. His venture into the unseen brings him to a manhole cover, where the spirit's residue flashes with an eerie intensity. This spot is clearly the origin point for whatever spirit is at the center of this mystery. Did they take you this way, Sasuke? KK looks around again and finds nothing focused his attention on the haunted manhole. I mean, I don't know if I would call that the haunted manhole. The spectral vision shows KK a lot more than he thought it might, revealing a glowing specter hovering in this dark and dreary place. The spirit of a man in his 30s. I thought it was a kid. A Jabikari. According to Japanese lore, this type of spirit is trapped in a physical location. Okay, Spectre. What's keeping you tied down there? Come again? The Spectre seems unable to answer him. Instead, he mutters as if distracted or perhaps completely delirious. Either or, maybe both. Spectres aren't especially concerned with politeness or clarity. Neither of us is going anywhere until I get some answers. I need to know. What are you doing here, specifically, at this manhole cover? Why haunt this place? I thought it was a kid. Just a kid playing around. Just having fun. Alone. I wanted to make sure he was safe. Oh no, the kid is a soul sucker, isn't he? Just being neighborly, huh? Yes. No. Not making friend. Protecting. But he wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't a kid, though? Was it? There was something else. Something lurking in these shadows. Did I die? I think I died. But this isn't what I expected. What was it? Monster. A monster. The specter points downward. Underneath? Huh. KK stares at the manhole, as though if he just looks hard enough, he'll suddenly see what lurks in the darkness beneath its cover. He doesn't have to say, the specter nods to know he's right. It went that way. Before he can pull up the manhole cover and see for himself, a long shadow creeps in from the edge of the alleyway. Did you find anything? Stay away, kid. You're evil. Snooping around is detective business. You don't belong back here. What if Spawn shows up? Is this Spawn's alleyway? I thought I heard you talking to someone. Who is this youngster? Only I can hear you, so don't bother. Only you can hear me. Well, sure, nobody else is even here. Okay, maybe he is a good kid. This is turning into a damn clown show. Kid, I need you to stay here while I go down. It's not safe for you there. Not safe. Not safe. Monster. I got it. Shut up. But how do you know I'll be safe up here? My team's one call away. They'll get here quick if you're in danger. Weren't you just saying something about being in the middle of an investigation and too busy to talk to anyone? Funny you should mention that. I could actually use some help. I believe they call it client services. Who are you calling, mister? Are they nice like you? Or nicer? Client services sounds more like babysitting to me. Only would just wait for us to get there. We play the hand we're dealt. Juggling work and childcare has never been my strong suit. I need a little support. Rinku sighs a long, tired sigh of a frustrated person who knows that in the end, of course, they'll help. She'll always help him, just as he will always help her. And I have the perfect candidate in mind. Yeah, you, Rinko. There's nobody I trust more. The way you've looked after Erica, you've got a way with young people I just don't. I mean, that is kind of why I picked her. Talk some sense into this kid. Make him give me the space I need to get the job done.
Okay.
Put him on. Ryuta holds KK's phone to his ear, happy to make another new friend. Yes? Mrs. Ghost Hunter? How do you know it's a her? No. Ryuta, this is Rinko. I'm the one who first read your message about your friend Sasuke. We're gonna find him. You just have to trust us and listen to us. We also need your help. Will you help us? We need a new deputy for our paranormal investigative force. Oh my god. A deputy? Like a real deputy? Yes! You didn't even let me ask the question first. Perfect. You're now our official task force lookout. It's a tough job, and not just anyone can do it, but I believe in you. I'm sending an alert to your smartphone right now. Every 5 minutes, send me a message and tell me what you see, even if it's just normal stuff. I will do my best. But you need to stay right where you are. If you go anywhere, that wouldn't be good. Task force lookout work in that case. I would be forced to demote you to a lower position, and you have no idea the kind of paperwork that would create. I have an idea. None. You can count on me, Rinko. KK watches Ryuto smiles and hands the phone back to him. Then the kid puts on a tough deputy face and begins to survey the entrance to the alley. We good? He's on lookout duty. That should keep him busy. For a while. But you better proceed with caution. We are on our way. You're the best. Yeah. Tell me something I don't already know. Now to get down there and find your pal Sasuke. Actually, I think it's Susuke, but I don't know. Even in a graphic novel, we have the obligatory sewer level. Because of course we do. Dirty water splashes under KK's feet as he makes his way through the still darkness of Shibuya's sewers. The further he goes, the darker it gets. But not because of any change in light. No, this darkness is unnatural. I still say the fog from Dead by Daylight. In fact, it's not darkness at all. Well, thanks for calling me a liar 3 seconds in. It's tangible. Dense fog made of spiritual energy fills the air. Toxic paranormal waste coats the ground and plugs the drains. Oh, that gunk. But the air itself is rejecting him. This corruption flows between worlds and reaches around him, blocking KK's path. How long has it been building up right below our feet? Is it like this everywhere? As KK goes deeper, the Kagara only increases. There's definitely something here. If there's this much corruption swirling around, nothing I can't handle, though. Alone in the darkness. Oh, you got close to Alone in the Dark. KK summons his powers and... Alright. Hold X, trace the shape. Hold X. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Awesome. That took me a second to figure out. Cleanses the corruption, returning the sewer to its normal state. Well, here we go, folks. The sewer level that'll appear in Dead by Daylight someday. That's better. Minus the stink. With the Kagre now cleared, as if they were waiting for a moment of safety, someone appears. Sasuke? Is that you? Oh no, it's the yellow umbrella kid. The small boy avoids KK's look, turning his back and picking at something on the wet ground. Splash, 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 splash. Hey, you. Kid, you okay? Can you hear me? Are you hiding from something? Take a bath. Take a bath. Come on, kid. This isn't the time or the place. Answer me. I'm not trying to scare you, but you gotta work with me here. In the vast darkness of the sewer, the sound of KK's phone suddenly rings out. Oh no. The tiny chime echoing back and forth around the hollow space. This is going to scare the kid into bringing enemies, isn't it? Small boy in the raincoat doesn't seem to notice. Oh, thank God. He must be preoccupied. I'm close. I found Sasuke, but I'm worried he won't. Down so far, the signal to KK's phone is barely holding on. He can only make out a few sounds and struggles to make out what words they might be forming. Hello? Is anybody there? Rinko, is that you? Ed? Erica, who is this? Well, I mean, it's Erica's phone, so I feel like it'd be Ed. Ed, can you hear me? Are you with Ryota? Can you ask him, was Sosuke wearing a yellow raincoat? The scratchy connection makes it almost impossible to understand. Sasuke. It's a bot. Sasuke! No. Ed, I can't understand. Sasuke is not what? Not Sasuke. The call cuts out, the phone going dead in KK's hands. Damn! Enough screwing around, Sasuke. Just like that, finally, as if called by his mother to come to dinner, the child responds. He stands up and turns to KK with his dead, evil eyes. You're not Sasuke. You're the monster. KK raises his hand and calls forth an energy that he discovered that day long ago. The day he found his back against the wall, reaching out and touching the ethereal crystal. Never heard of ethereal weaving, monster? Energy surges into KK's hand, green light winding and glowing, charging around his fingertips. You better hurry, he will summon things. The increasingly bright light glows, illuminating the tunnel. And in that moment, standing in the center of the tunnel, we can see this monster, this raincoat visitor, just in time for it to press a child's whistle to its mouth and summon enemies. Oh no. At a stranger's fingertips lies KK, now a prisoner. I need my subjects to remain calm, or else nothing will get done. Despite being captive, KK flashes the stranger a fierce glare. You son of a bitch! Hello, my new friend. I'm keen to see how useful your vessel turns out to be. The stranger takes something out and holds it in his hand. An amulet. Though clearly not simply for decoration, it surges with power. He looks from the amulet and back to KK and smiles. As the monstrous little raincoat visitor blows his whistle, he steps back into the shadowy darkness. Yeah, and disappears. Running away, huh? But he's not running away at all. In fact, he's only making space. Oh boy, Slenderman! For two much larger, far more horrifying visitors to show up and challenge KK. I've been waiting to run into you again. Let's go, you bastards! Alright. That stops it. Okay. Let's go, you bastards! One umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. A barrier appears in front of KK. An umbrella visitor attacks, but its attack is deflected by the barrier. The barrier is broken. Alright, we'll try this again. One umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. Alright. But his attack is deflected by the barrier. Barrier is broken. The umbrella visitors are frozen in place. Only one stun talisman left. One umbrella visitor is injured. The umbrella visitor awakens from the stun. Doesn't matter, we got it. You're done. Yep, just like in the game. The fight is now over. The sewer is oddly calm again. KK sweeps the space, looking for any clues that may be left behind. Can we get out of the sewer level? Why would a pack of monsters manifest their evil here? But then he sees it affixed to one wall of the tunnel. A wooden tag, sometimes called a kifuda. This must be what summoned those things. KK reaches out to take the kifudo down, but as his fingertips approach it, I'm blinded by the light. Rinko? Ah, damn it, Rinko. Erica! KK feels a big, quick thump through his body. When he looks down, he sees someone else's arm stabbing through his chest. It's horrifying. Black smoke rushes out of his body. Looking back up, KK sees a man wearing a Hane mask. You're... Not gonna finish anything. As KK comes to realize that he is in the tunnel once again. No, still. He looks at his chest. It's totally fine. No gaping hole. Not even a scratch. Sweating, breathing heavily, his mind races. It was a horrible dream. Maybe. A vision. He grips the Kafuto in his hand. I won't let him get away with this. So hard that it smashes into pieces. Nice. At that moment, KK realizes he's not actually alone. Distracted by his fury, he has missed the approach of someone new. Who's there? Surprised, he spins to face the entity, but before he can raise his other hand... Ah! Hello? KK emerges from the tunnel to find Ryota waiting with the rest of the team. I recorded something that I would like to share with you. You see, I've never been as comfortable speaking from the heart as others around me. That said, I'm no fool. I can understand what it means to show emotion. I know that it's not something easily captured, no matter how sophisticated the recording. So I've deleted it, and I will now do my best to express this directly to you. Fails miserably. I am glad that you're okay. Wow, Ed, that's deep. I mean, for you anyway. Yes, thanks you for lighting the mood by mocking this moment of vulnerability. I will never talk again. Anytime. All my instrument devices software, they tell a story. However, it's just that, a story. It's not necessarily the truth. It's an interpretation of the truth. Data is, of course, malleable. And the story that was told to me when we encountered this alleyway today was, I'll just say, rather grim. I'm sorry that I scared you like that. Hello, game? Okay. Naturally, I prepared for numerous statistical viable conclusions. However, despite what the numbers tell me, I've never made a plan for carrying on in your absence. I don't know what else to say. I'm flattered, I suppose, as you don't want to believe how likely I am to die. I have backup plans for my backup plans, but you're in them all. Nice. Safely above ground, reunited with his team, KK turns his attention to the original source of all this drama, his young client, Ryuta. You were never going to tell me, were you? Sasuke isn't your best friend. He's your dog. Can he be both? He's my dog and my best friend. Exactly. KK steps back nervously as Sasuke tries to jump into his lap, tail wagging. Aww. Oh, calm down. He just wants to be pet. Jeez. Who'd have thought that such a tough-as-nails former detective would have such a strong phobia around dogs? Don't have to broadcast it, all right? Don't be scared. Sasuke loves everyone. Maybe you should draw the line at loving monsters and following them into the sewer. Yeah. Ryuta hugs his dog and gets a face full of licks in response. KK relaxes slightly, seeing how harmless this little dog is, but still keeps some distance. Thank you so much for bringing him home safely, Mr. KK. Mr. KK? What an adorable alias. When exactly did you start going by this new short nickname, KK? I suppose it has a fun ring to it. Not quite so formal as your full name, Before we get too sidetracked, as the lead investigator on this one, you've got some paperwork to do, KK. Not sure what's worse, fighting monsters or filling out these damn forms. The forms. It's obviously that you prefer the fighting to paperwork. KK scribbles out a few quick lines, only Ed can read them. Hey kid, this is for you. Oh, is it a prize for helping you find that ghost? No, it's probably a bill. Almost. It's the bill. Ryuta's face sinks as he's left holding the check. Lucky for you, today's work is pro bono. That means free. So there's your receipt. Feeling generous right now. Plus, I found a dog. It wasn't a person. I don't know what to charge for that. Ryutu looks closely at the papers in his hand. It says, the case of the curious manhole. Extermination complete. KK. Leaning in over his shoulder, Rinko lets out an uncharacteristically loud burst of laughter. Oh, now I get it. You didn't choose the nickname KK. Sloppy paperwork chose it for you. There's a lot in this life that we don't get to choose. Call me what do you like. Not like I've got any use for a real name these days. Definitely not one of my old names. Doesn't matter what anyone calls me, so long as I find that bastard. KK's gaze looks fierce, as though he's recalling a bitter past. Reflected in his eyes is Ryuta, who looks pleased to have received KK's autograph. KK's expression softens up in response. That said, I guess KK is not so bad. Yep, and now we got the credits. That's kind of why I continue, because I could have quit at about 26 minutes in on this one, but I knew it was a short game because I remember the stream that I did for it before I was prepping it for the show. No achievements or no trophies for it, and also no, what is it? And also, a quick prequel, Tango Gameworks. I'm so sad about Tango Gameworks. In case none of you did hear, Tango Gameworks, I think, shut down, went bankrupt, something. Microsoft shut them down. And just after they did this amazing game, too, that I can't remember the name of right now, but, it sucks badly. That also means Evil Within. And Evil Within 2, we'll never see an Evil Within 3, maybe? I don't know. But regardless, though, that does end Season 25. 2 episodes. It's our 25th season, a quarter amount of seasons. And we got a season that's 2 episodes. So I liked it. I mean, it's definitely different from Ghostwire Tokyo for sure. This is not, okay, so yes and no. You'll see gameplay. It's so Ghostwire Tokyo is kind of like a horror game, but also an action adventure first person. It's way different than this, but I will say, for a hour game, maybe less, depending on how fast and what you skip, it's not bad. It was free, so, nothing to get lost here. You play the game, you like it, then you buy it, and then you realize the full game is nothing like this at all. Oh, yeah, it's a Prelude and it's a graphic novel. Of course it's not. But I did like it. So, now that this season is over, we're going to go back to Season 22, which is weird, I know, I'm sorry. We're going to go back to Season 22 after 5 Rose Play highlights. Or Rose Lights, I think that's what we're calling them. I'll have to talk to them about that. But we're going to go back to Final Fantasy 16, do I don't know what the DLC is called, but it involves Leviathan. And we're going to play that on Final Fantasy difficulty. So the next episode, in 6 days or something, will be Season 22 episode, whatever we're on for Final Fantasy. And then I will try never again to get a game to play for the show where there's DLC. I, again, didn't know that they were going to do DLC for Final Fantasy 16. Should have known better because 15 had it. But it's whatever, though. I really love Final Fantasy, and I don't regret us having to have a split, broken up season. I just didn't want to do Final Fantasy and then this, because I would have felt inclined not to continue on and do Ghostwire Tokyo, so I would have had to choose another game, which I think is going to be Alan Wake. But I wanted to start that in October. So, yeah. So that's why Final Fantasy 16 is coming back next. And then we'll start up Ghostwire Tokyo properly for Season 26. with it on its hardest difficulty. Now, to be fair, it will be kind of a new game plus because it's going to have I think it's going to have any game completion bonuses, which will help us get through the hardest difficulty. But if it doesn't, oh boy, that's going to be fun. But we won't have to collect much of anything, so I'm not super worried. I'm not sure if it starts over either with levels. Yeah, that could be problematic. But we just have to beat the game. So hopefully we'll be able to do that no problem. But I think Final Fantasy 16 is the DLC, the last one is 3 hours long. So if we do 25-minute episodes, round them up to 30, that's 31, 32, 33, that's 6 episodes. But, I'll be cracking jokes and whatnot. So I'm going to say that at least the next part will have 8 episodes before we once again go back. And I can't guarantee how many episodes Ghostwire Tokyo officially is going to have, doing it on the hardest difficulty, even if we're skipping most of the stuff. Oh boy, that is not going to go well. But I am going to do side quests in Final Fantasy 16, just because we were doing them for the show anyway, because they're cool. Boy, these credits were going on longer than I thought they would for a game. Okay, it's whatever, I guess. So, yeah, no. I'm very sad in that we won't get to see more Ghostwire Tokyo or Evil Within. They're a good company, Tango. Or they were, I guess. Maybe they'll come back like Telltale did. Speaking of, that is another thing that we got to get back to at some point. Did we lose? Nope, there it goes. Okay. I was a little worried. I was like, oh God, please don't. We got to get back to The Walking Dead, and there's still some Batman. But of course, we're going to have to start. No, I don't know what I'm going to do with The Walking Dead. I do want to finish it for the show, but I also want to do something different. There were choice-based games. I want to take a coin, like the Fable coin, the good and the evil coin. I don't know if you guys ever saw it. I used to have one. I did lose it. I'm wondering if I can find one digitally, though. And I want to play some games where nobody knows the outcome of the choices. So it's basically going to be not a good playthrough, not a bad playthrough, but a completely random playthrough. So, yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. Doing a coin playthrough, that'd be something new and awesome. Boy, these credits are way longer than I anticipated them to be. Like, Jiminy Christmas, WTF. I'm pretty sure NES Europe isn't what I think it is, but that does sound kind of awesome, right? And the credits go on. We could skip them, but never been fond of skipping the credits for the shows. Not at all. These people deserve to be seen, but so I have completed a lot during this season hiatus. like at least 7 to 10 games. So that's going to be awesome. Ironically, though, a lot of games this past season have had hardest difficulties that we got to do for the show. And it's like, oh no. Like, I'm not kidding. Let's see. I think there's 8 games that have hardest difficulties. So we're starting the 26th season and up. At least till spring is going to be a lot of difficulty spikes. Starting with the finishing up of Final Fantasy on, that's going to be fun on its own. Also, since, I'm going to say it in the stream too later, also, I apologize for Final Fantasy V last night. I thought we got a full stream in. Turned out we didn't. It lasted a minute and a half, and then it crapped out. I didn't notice it until I checked this morning, and I just haven't had time to do another stream, so we're going to skip a stream for today. It'll be back tomorrow, obviously. But, we're so far ahead in streams that you're not even going to notice. Because we have done 2 of the shows, so... Oh, finally, we're getting close to the end. I'd say I'm running out of things to talk about, but there were still a few things I could have talked about if that would have kept going. All right. Awesome! All right, we will go ahead and leave it here. When we come back, well, for you guys, it'll be 5 small Rose play highlights. But when we come back to Season 26, it isn't 26. Final Fantasy Season 22, we'll come back to the final DLC on the Final Fantasy difficulty. And when we return chronologically to Season 26, will be Ghostwire Tokyo. But until then, remember, keep gaming, never give up. And I'm not really sure how this would be a corrupted case file. Isn't all the case files corrupted because of the